those of you attending the live stream, I like to do these little bit of live chats when I can. And for those of you watching on the replay, thanks for watching on the playback. If you're new to the channel, if you've not seen this before, the live stream chats are where I'm going to actually talk about a beer that I'm going to taste here and interact with all those in the chat as well. If you are watching on the replay, you really just want to find out more about the beer. I usually try to knock the beer review out here within the first 10 minutes. So just so you have an idea there, the beer will be first. If you want to hang around for the chat, that's fine too. Never know how long that may go. So we'll see from that time. So today, I'm taking a look at one from Deschutes out in Oregon. And this is their Cultivator. It is a Saison, or I should say Cultivateur provisional Saison, as that zooms in there. And this is actually one they released a while ago. Now this is actually going to be a little bit different because this one has been sitting in the cellar for a bit. So 8% ABV, makes note on here, rustic bread notes of pear and apricot blend into this bright oak aged Saison. Also, this one was actually done back in 2017. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually has cellared, how it's come out over that period of time as we are now here in 2020. And it's always fun to experiment with some of these beers. Hey, what's happening, bum? No, not the replay. You are actually live, my friend. And what's going on, Erie? Cheers to you as well. Decided to finally do this. I said earlier I was going to do a live and still had other stuff to get done. Should have showed you there before I opened a nice wax top. Deschutes does some great beers out of Oregon. So if you ever get a chance to check them out, always recommend giving them a try. In fact, I will see them here in a couple weeks at the Cincy Beer Fest. They usually come in for that as well. And that's always a good time. Now, chances are, down in the bottom, I don't see a lot of it. I would think this might have some stuff in there from when it was bottle fermented as well. So as I pour it out over the course of this video, we will see what ends up happening. Trying to get the right way here. There we go. So you can see that in the back of the screen. What is going on? DIP, Danny in the house. Cheers, my friend. And also, Erie says hello as well. As far as the label itself, this is what it actually looks like. A little bit blurry on the screen right now because I had to blow it from a smaller image, but that's the label of the beer that I'm actually drinking right now. Now, I'm not trying to smell it right now. I'm already picking up notes of the aroma coming out. I am picking up some of that apricot in there. The head itself came out to be about a finger of head, but it did dissipate rather quickly, as you can see. Cheers to Vanessa Kitty in the house. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you as always. You take a look there at the beer itself. It's got a haze on it as well. Can't really see inside of it as much. If I get a little bit of a light behind it, it does open up the clarity, and I do see some of the carbonation that is streaming up to what used to be the head. But I'm getting that bread smell. I'm getting that nice sour funkiness that you would expect to get with this one. You're getting that Saison feel. What's going on, John Taylor in the house? Cheers, my friend. Yes, this is a nice one from Deschutes out of Oregon. A little bit of that yeastiness coming off. But at 8% ABV, you're kind of looking at that being an imperial or double type Saison most likely. 8% is usually your level for imperial beers, and synonymous with that is often double that's used. I still get a nice amount of fruitiness in there. I still get a nice feel of the oakiness in play from the barreling of it. It is a little bit more faint now, being 3 years out from the cellar, but it still has a nice feel to it. I have a nice refreshing quality. On the back end of the finish, I'm getting some of the woodiness still in the taste. It's kind of subdued, I think, a little bit of that tartness, which is another thing. If you like some of the beers, but you don't like them overly tart when they're sours, you can also sometimes hold those back, and that'll mellow it out a little bit. It's got a nice refreshing quality. I think I mentioned that there. Carbonation, although I can see some of the bubble action, it's not overly carbonated at all. Pretty smooth in the mouth. Do pick up the carbonation more on the bubbles when it goes down, kind of in the throat area. Get a little bit of a feel of a sour type apple in there too, which is not uncommon for the sour type beers. Not getting as much of flavors in the cheek area, however, you do feel it somewhat in the mouth still. A little bit of a lingering of that flavor. Danny said, "Where's Alan at tonight?" Well, DIP, Erie doesn't always tell Alan when she's on, so he may not be aware that I'm live right now. You get a nice sense of the tartness, but not overly done. It's got an astringency to it. It's got an acidity to it. It's got everything you would expect to get from a sour style type beer. And with this one being kind of in the Saison type, it's kind of an interesting mix with the sour and the Saison kind of mixing together here. So, yeah, nothing else really on the label here that's mentioned. I'm actually drinking this one out of a bomber, which is 22 ounce size here. You get a little bit of that pear in the background. I would say texture-wise, it's kind of got a little bit of a bubbly fizz. Like I said, not overly carbonated, but it does have a feel to it, kind of reminiscent of kind of the bubble you get in the brewed IPAs, or kind of a champagne type feel, kind of that brew style. You have a little bit of that taking place in here as well. And overall, if you like a sour type beer, if you like a Saison, I mean, they definitely did a good job. Deschutes makes good beers out of Oregon. Usually with them, I have some of their other ones that are usually IPAs that are really good. But I'm kind of impressed with this one here. Erie said he is chilling with our youngin'. Erie said send him a message, but he hasn't checked it. And I almost didn't send him crap. Oh, well, he snoozes, he loses. Yeah, Erie doesn't always let Eclectic know when I'm actually on here. And I'm hoping your gift gets there pretty soon, Erie. I don't know if Alan checked it or not, but it looks like UPS has sent it to USPS for them to deliver it. But I'm hoping it gets there. They had out to the 21st, which would have been next Friday, but I'm thinking it's going to get there way before that. So, and hopefully you like it. Hopefully you enjoy it too. What is up, Chuck in the house? Cheers, my friend. Erie says hello to Chuck as well. Just kind of kicking back now. Just kind of ran down this beer that I'm tasting. Would definitely say give it a try if you're a sour fan for sure. I don't know if you can still find these out there. If they updated them for the other years. I have seen people drinking these recently on Untapped. So there are some plus spots that still have these. And it goes to show you can get beers. You don't always have to drink them right then. It can still be a nice beer later on as well. Just know what you're actually getting if you're going to cellar it. I think I did a video like a couple years ago on the channel here about cellaring beers. Rule of thumb, usually 8%. You can go lower than that, but most people feel comfortable at 8%, and then know what kind of style it is. Obviously, if it's an upfront hop type style, that is going to fade over time. If it's something of a stout, maltier type feel, those ones have more of a long-lasting presence. So just something to keep in mind. Chuck is sipping on a Tocobaga Red India Pale Ale by Cigar City. I haven't heard of that one yet. We do get Cigar City distribution here now, so I am checking out some of their beers as they happen to pop up. I'll keep an eye out for that one, because I mentioned on one of the other broadcasts, someone else, I think it was last night, had a red ale, and I do like red ales, so a red IPA I would definitely check out for sure. Just got to get through so many beers that are around here already. I have informed delivery. I keep checking it, wanting to see when it shows. LOL. It'll get there. Trust me, it gets there. I just know it usually gets there faster than what I always expect. So they'll usually give a 2-week window, but I've seen it get there in like a week. So you might get it by this weekend. It'd be nice if you got it for Valentine's Day. But yeah, and like I said, hopefully you definitely enjoy it. I know Alan's looking forward to getting it so you have it and everything. So, what is going on, Elbow? My man down in Florida, how are you doing tonight, sir? And what are you actually drinking on, if you are drinking on anything down there in the Tampa area? Uh, Chuck says cheers, and then Erie also says hello to Elbow. Elbow, I got to check out more of your videos. I missed last Sunday, so I didn't know if you did some of the music on there when you do the Sunday synthesizer. So going to have to definitely get back. I'm trying to get out and see more of the videos now. I'm trying to get around. I've had a little bit of time freed up, so I was able to pop in and check out videos from some of the other channels. And if I don't pop in yet, I will definitely get there. All right, Danny, good seeing you, my friend. We'll catch up with you later in DIP Outdoors. If you haven't checked out Danny on his channel, he's doing some outdoor stuff, just launched recently. Make sure you check him out. He's going to be doing a live Saturday night, so I'll pop on that. It'll be his first initial live, so it'll be a Saturday night party over there. Yep, and he can't touch it. Later, Danny. You're not gonna let him touch it at all. Just give you the package, maybe. Sipping a Florida beer. Also, bourbon barrel aged porter from Three Daughters Brewery, St. Petersburg. Oh, very nice, Elbow. I've heard of Three Daughters. Haven't had any of their beers, so definitely would be cool checking them out. And Dickie's in the house. Dickie's actually out in the Vegas area. Cheers, Dickie, and he says cheers. And Blake's in the house at Rajay in the building. What is going on, Blake? Blake TV, great stuff on his channel. Still got to catch the B&A show from this past week. And then Blake will have the Friday Night Throwdown on Friday nights and does some great stuff over there. So make sure you check out Blake TV. And Erie said, hey, Blake, what's up as well? And Dickie said hello to Erie. And if anybody else is drinking on some beer out there, let me know what you're sipping on. Put a comment in the comment section, and I will definitely try to get to that as well. As this comes out a little bit warmer, I'm getting more of the pear opening up now as well. So overall, kind of pleased with it. I would have liked to maybe, and actually, this was something I picked up a while back, but I would have liked to maybe have a comparison of what it would actually have been when it first came out. I got a feeling it would have a nice over tart bite on it, so I'm not actually upset with letting it mellow here for a little bit. What is going on, Ron? How you doing, my friend? It's been a while. Cheers. And Ron from Beer Reviews, Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools up in the northeast, upper northeast area. Make sure you check him out as well. He's always doing different beers and different things out there. Although you probably got a little bit of snow up there now too, so Vanessa said hi to everyone, but Vanessa wouldn't be too far from where Ron is. I mean, not in the same state, but that vicinity in the upper northeast, just like Craft Beer Pours and Trish with her Keep Sipping channel. And Erie says hello to Dickie. Dickie says, I just got beer mail from East Brother Beer Company from Cali. Oh. So what did you get in there? What type of beers did you get, Dickie? Anything that you were looking forward to trying? And he says hello to Erie. Blake says cheers to Elbow and Vanessa as well. Drinking a German Paulaner Marzen. Very nice. A little bit of an Oktoberfest here in February. Nothing wrong with that. I do like some of the Paulaner beers as well. Again, when we have the Oktoberfest here in late September, Paulaner also usually has their beers here as well too, along with Weizenfahn. Vanessa says hello to Blake. Dickie says, cheers to Ron Beer Reviews and Tools. And Dickie and Ron, if you guys don't know each other, definitely a couple good channels to check out because you guys are doing beer reviews and you can see what each other's trying there for sure. And as well as Elbow, I don't know if you've done your next one yet or not, Elbow, but I know Elbow started doing some beer reviews there on his channel. Northeast, top edge of Connecticut, Vanessa says. And Ron says, yes, in Mass. Still have snow on the ground, right? It would be winter in Massachusetts without a little bit of snow on the ground for sure. Yeah, Trish and Brandon are down in the Boston area. I think they had to deal with some of that as well. No snows left here from all the rain. And Ron says, yeah, late Oktoberfest brew, right? So, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I do like Oktoberfest beers. I like the Marzen style. I like the maltiness that it gives you as a smoother type lager, so definitely down with that. And right now, I think it's this upcoming weekend. Either this upcoming weekend or the next weekend, we have the Bachfest here. So that'll be a whole bunch of Bach festivals taking place around town where you can get different Bach beers and stuff like that. They have a parade and they do all kinds of stuff. They bring out the goats and everything and get to really get into some Bach beer. And the festival itself that they have for the main festival It's like all huge, like imperial type box. So it can get a little ugly at points. They sent me 6. The gold IPA and the pills is what I want to try. Very nice. And I need to catch up on your videos there some too, Dickie. And Dickie, actually, for you guys that like play instruments, I know some of you guys do that are on here. Dickie does a beer review, and then at the second half of the video, he'll usually do a cover on a song as well on guitar. So you can check out Dickie and see that stuff there as well. Vanessa, 48 degrees today, but 20-degree Friday. Erie said, shoot, it was in the mid 70s here today. Well, that's that Carolina life for sure. And Dickie said, I wish it was cold here now in Las Vegas. 61 today. I would take 61. I mean, you know, you got to be careful what you ask for, Dickie, because the people that have the cold would love to ship it to you if they could. I'm a Hefeweizen Pilsner Lager IPA session beer type of guy, not into stouts, porters, or sours. Interesting. Okay. Well, we all got our different tastes that are out there for sure. And you can always say that, but then sometimes you might come across something that might just be a little bit different that you may end up liking. So, although I'm not a shandy guy, as you guys know, so I don't really tend to like a lot of the shandies, which is weird because I will like rattlers at times. Different styles, so to speak. Found a farm with a stash of smoked maple syrup. Oh. You got so much maple syrup up around where you are, Vanessa. Oh, by the way, Vanessa, I was going to put a thing on Instagram. Thanks a lot, Vanessa. I actually found the most stuffed Oreo, and I ended up buying a pack of that today. Not good. You just go through those things too crazy. I don't even want to look at what the calories are on those damn things, but they are pretty tasty, so I did get that, and I had a few of those earlier, so feeling a little guilty about that. I need to get to the gym again at some point. We were looking at high 60s tomorrow with rain. Oh, okay. And Vanessa says stouts. Vanessa's a huge stouts fan. And Vanessa, did you end up finding any of the Left Hand beer, by the way? I know that was on your list to try to find Left Hand Brewing. I didn't know if you found any. Oh, I got funny. So on my phone, I was looking at my messages that popped up. So I just did that video recently about the guy in New York that pulled the gun on the lines at Other Half Brewing, if you guys happen to see that. And Joe, the Beer Patrol, just saw the video, so he just commented, I was not on the scene since this was at the Brooklyn location, but holy crap, is that wild. Yikes. Yeah, so we all know Joe was safe and he was not involved in the whole Other Half situation that took place there. But, yeah, that was a crazy situation, but like I said in the video, how are you going to be a guy drinking White Claw and they complain about what the people are drinking for beer? I mean, really, come on. So, let me see here. Oh, I was in the store today with 2 pallets of mostly stuffed Oreos. So tempted. I like the most stuff, and I'm going to tell you, I like the chocolate marshmallow Oreos more than the most stuffed. The chocolate marshmallow Oreos are probably my favorite ones that I've had in a while. They also have the peanut butter pie Oreos out right now. I didn't pick those up. I did like the red velvet ones before, but that chocolate marshmallow is pretty damn good. Now, the Left Hand got bought out. Should have got it when I saw them. Yeah, when you see Left Hand, they're definitely worth grabbing. I think you would definitely enjoy the Left Hand beer. You know, I was going to buy the, I got to still get the Sierra Nevada 40th anniversary beers. I haven't picked those up yet. And same thing happened to me. I was going to buy them one day at Kroger. They had them for like cheap too, like $7.49 for like a 6-pack. And then I went back and they were all sold. So I got to wait for them to come back in or go to another store to get them. But that was a real good deal. Ron said, "Hey, Dickie's beer reviews. Sorry, haven't been in your channel in a while. You are into guitars." Yeah, so Dickie has the guitars there. Drinking while running your mouth, pulling a gun on someone like me. LOL, bad choice for you. Yeah. I think it would have been a different ending to that story, Vanessa, if you'd been online there at Other Half Brew when that guy did that. And the funny thing is, like, they were staying there at an Airbnb, right? So this happens like on a Saturday night, or Saturday, I should say early morning before they open. So he gets arrested, and it's like you're in town visiting. He left his girl there at the Airbnb, I guess, when he got to get arrested. You might not get arraigned or during the week. I mean, I don't know how the story ended, but like, did she stay there? Did she have to get another place to stay? Did she leave him? I mean, who knows what happens in that whole situation? Hey, Blake says, cheers, fam. And Dickie says, 61 degrees in Vegas. Wow, that's short sleeve weather, right? Yeah, I go out in shorts and t-shirt almost at 61 degrees. Actually, I probably would go out in shorts and t-shirt at 61. That's some weather I would definitely take. So I'm actually surprised that nothing is actually in the beer as I empty the bottle now. So they actually look like they fermented before it went to bottle. So I thought they would actually have some fermentation taking place in there, but nope, it's pretty clean in there. So they must all do it just in the barrel and then bottle it from that point. He gets arrested. Most crimes like that are felonies, and you will be going a while. Well, in New York, right? We know they have the strict gun laws there, so I don't know where the guy came in from. Remember when Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg? Now that was in New York City instead of out at Brooklyn, but New York has some crazy laws, and they're pretty tight on stuff when it comes to guns, which you'll be reminded of in this political election. I'm sure from Bloomberg running now, but you got to think he might have had to stay there for a bit, and being he wasn't from New York, it's kind of like I didn't know what may have happened to him and his girlfriend, whoever was there with him, but kind of a weird type thing to do. Like I said, he got upset apparently when I was reading the story. I guess the one guy criticized him like that was the best Airbnb he could afford. So I don't know what the Airbnb looked like, but I guess it wasn't something you usually see on the website, kind of standing out. And that's when the guy threw the can of White Claw and almost hit the girl with it. So I mean, I can understand throwing a can of White Claw to get rid of it because it's White Claw, but to throw it because you're upset in a fit of rage is just crazy. Rod, what was that beer that I finished? This is actually from Deschutes out of Oregon. It is their Cultivateur provisional, or provision, I should say, Saison. It is an 8% ABV from Deschutes that actually is a Saison and with Brett notes, so it has the sour to it of pear and also apricot blended into the oak barrel, and they did with the beer. So very different, a little unique. So that's what Deschutes does. All these Oregon type breweries, California type breweries, these guys off the coast, they do some crazy stuff sometimes with the beers, which I love to always try. I love when breweries try something different, not too crazy different, like we talked about some beers before that can really get out there. But I like beers that kind of stretch the norms and come up with some creative stuff. You can carry anywhere. You best be following the laws. Doing that as of the prison pop, right? It definitely does. And have yet to jump onto the White Claw wagon. Don't jump on Erie. Don't do it. Just don't. And now you got Bud Light Seltzer out there, which I'm curious if anybody has actually tried the Bud Light Seltzer. I feel like the Bud Light Seltzer was Fonzie jumping the shark at this point. And if you know what that is from Happy Days, then you're probably as old as I am. So, but it's at a point now with Bud Light actually coming out with the seltzer. It's kind of like, okay, maybe we went too far now. Today was warm at 48. We went to Sam's Club. I forgot to check the liquor store section. How do you forget to check the liquor store section? You got to check the liquor store. I tasted White Claw. It never went down my throat. So no good at all. Vanessa already kicked that one out. Now, I'm not like someone that's I want to say like a seltzer snob or whatever, because I have tried some seltzers and I've liked a few. We mentioned before when Joe came down and Eric and Todd, and we were at Braxton Labs on the video. We went inside. There was one of our local breweries, Braxton, had actually some seltzers. And they had some seltzers that weren't bad, some of their flavor seltzers. And I can actually see taking that seltzer and putting some liquor with it as well to give it a little bit of an extra kick too. But overall, I'm not a person that would go out and probably hunt down seltzers to actually buy. Ron said, is it sour? Yeah, so this one has the sour. It has a tartness to it. You get a little bit of the peach comes out, the apricot comes out, a little bit of kind of a sour apple type feel in the beer. Not overly tart, but you definitely get it on the back end. You have a little bit of an astringency as well as acidity with the one here. If you're not a sour fan, it might not be your thing. But if you're not a sour, if you kind of like sours a little bit or whatever, you might be okay with this one in that it wouldn't be overly done. So some people, like Dickie, said he's not a big sour fan, so this will probably be something of a turn off for him. But I do like sours in different aspects, and This one is a pretty tame one, in my opinion. Alan is brushing up on his gaming. Apparently, what does he need to see what I seen last night? Is he playing Modern Warfare right now, or is he playing tonight? Because I'm going to actually probably jump on here around 10 or so if Alan is on there still. If you want to let him know. But yeah, we had some fun last night. I mean, it's a tough game to get into. He's trying, he made some kills. He was doing all right. We got him that plays. We get Eric that plays. Todd plays. A few other people. So we're kind of building a nice little group. But it's something you got to get used to actually in the groove of. So I played Modern Warfare or Call of Duty ever since it came out. So I'm kind of used to it. He says, "Cheers, Rod." There he is. I am playing COD. So yeah, I'm going to jump on when I get done with the video as well. So I'll definitely join you if you're still going to be playing for a bit. Erie was saying you were brushing up on your gaming, and then kind of hit you with the thinking you needed it after last night. But I thought you did okay last night. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It was funny though when Erie jumped from your channel to my channel to watch. So loved Happy Days. Yeah, Happy Days was a great little family type show back in the day. Joni Loves Chachi. It started out okay, but then it kind of fell off later on. But yeah, but Happy Days was solid. Wonder what a Mai Tai with seltzer tastes like. Sounds like somebody's going to be experimenting. Only one way to find out, and that's to go ahead and do it. And let's see here. Erie said, "Speaking of the devil," Erie said, "I'm being nice." Oh man. Blake said, "Keep winning." He said, "Allie, keep winning, homie." And then Vanessa said, "Hi, the eclectic, showing support to both. Appreciate that. Always appreciate that." Just hush, Erie. I'm playing some Rust going weapon by weapon. Alan's got a strategy on what he is doing right now. The other channel, because Alan doesn't talk about it as much. So Alan has a couple different channels under the Eclectic Beard brand now. So if you haven't checked out, you can check out the Eclectic Beard Reactions, where he does reactions to different videos and stuff like that. Great channel, great fun. I watched the one earlier today, which was pretty awesome. And then he also has the Eclectic Beard Gaming. So if you like gaming, you can definitely check out his channel there as well. So you can see him doing that too. So he's building a brand now. He's got good stuff happening on different things. He's kind of sectioned some things out. I've done the same. I got the Rod J gaming for the gaming stuff now. I got this for the beer. I was going to do a food channel, but it's just so many hours in a day. I couldn't get that worked in to really do something along those lines. Although I do want to do some more food pairing with beer type videos like I did when I went to Wahlberg's a couple years ago. I had a burger and a beer, and that was a fun one to do. So I want to get some of that stuff happening. But yeah, check out the Eclectic Beard, his channels. Blake, where do you see him winning? Erie said. And then it says, "Cheers, Blake and Vanessa. I never thought the actor who played the Fonz fit the part. I thought Henry Winkler was always pretty good as playing the Fonz. I thought he pulled it off. I mean, back then, I was younger. I just thought, I didn't see anything why he couldn't do the part. I wouldn't say I saw him as being an ultimate, tough guy, like we would see in some stuff now. But I will say one thing that probably affected my opinion, because it was the movie that he did with Sylvester Stallone and it was a couple other actors. They were like a gang back in the day. Can't remember the name of the movie, but he was one of the guys in it too, and he did pretty good in that role. So I don't know. I thought he did okay. Blake's laughing at Erie, and the only thing he won in life is me being his wife. Erie did a little rhyme there. Oh, that's all right. He's getting it worked out there. You can't attack Alan like that, Erie. He just got you a nice little hat for Valentine's Day. Rod J was murking the other night. Oh yeah. I was picking my spots. There's some matches on Modern Warfare where I get mine too, but yeah, most of the time I pick the right spots and have fun with it. Welcome back, Cotter. Room 222. No, this was actually a movie. It was a really good movie. I used to watch it a good amount of times when it came on as a kid. Let me see here if I can pull it up on my phone. It kind of sucks that I can't remember the name of the movie and I know it was a good one. The Lords of Flatbush. That's what it was. I remember him being in the Lords of Flatbush as well, and that was actually a pretty good movie there. The Fonz was more of a gearhead, dirty fingernails, tools and beer, and back pocket, etc. Yeah, I mean, and he played the garage part on the show and everything like that. You would see him working the garage and doing different things. But then when there was so-called trouble, whatever was going on, then he would toughen up. He'd throw the leather jacket on or whatever, and anybody back down from him. So this is true. He won Valentine's Day for sure. Heard he's getting you 4 goats for Valentine's Day, Erie. This is Erie's of Blake. I wish you weren't lying. Yeah, Erie wants to have a little bit of a farm there, which would be awesome, I guess. You should talk to Vanessa, Erie. Vanessa can tell you everything you need to know to start a farm. Let's see, she said goats are fun. I want to train a llama as a service animal. I was a teen and I watched all the old shows. LOL, old soul. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of the old stuff growing up as a kid. And there were some that were really well written and entertaining to watch back then. So the funny thing about the service animal thing, I don't know if you saw Vanessa or not, but there's a new thing that was trying to be passed. I don't know if it passed or not, where service animals for airplanes, only you can have a dog now. Don't be the only service animal that airplanes are going to start allowing on. I am being called. Have a good night. All right, cheers, Ron. Have a good one, brother. Good talking to you for a bit. Now I want a mint fuzzy cow since he said he doesn't have room. A mini fuzzy cow. Vanessa is awesome. Of course she is. That is Vanessa. Vanessa is the essence of awesomeness. Starting to feel like they made Wonder Woman off of Vanessa, so just an old math teacher. Yeah, look at her. She's humble with that. I don't know. The more things that seem to keep happening out here on the news and stuff, I keep thinking, I gotta find a way. We gotta get up to Vanessa's place if things go bad. Hey, what's happening? We got Beerhound in the house. What is going on, brother? Beerhound out in the sunny, warm OC. Another great beer channel to check out if you haven't checked out Beerhound. I actually saw your video earlier. Very nice. I've never heard of that lager either that you were actually doing. I think it was out of Guatemala, I believe, the one you had today. Or the video I watched today. And it looked like a nice, refreshing lager to actually enjoy. And then Blake also says cheers to Beerhound. But this is actually feeling like a kind of a Saison and if it had like a now and later in it. Like they talk about people used to drink the Zima and put Jolly Ranchers in it. If you took a Saison and you put a now and later in it, that's what this is actually tasting like now. Which I was a big fan of now and laters back in the day. That was one of my favorite candies growing up. Vanessa, I'm a mid-aged dank taster musician. You gotta get that dank in there, don't you, Blake? Here he says, cheers to Beerhound. Blake says, cheers, Beerhound. But this says, nice to Blake. Beerhound is awesome, just like you, Rajay. I agree, he is awesome. And you're awesome too, Blake. You do great stuff on your show. It's great to be a part of it on your journey here. And if you guys haven't gotten to Blake yet, make sure you do. We're trying to get... Blake, where are you at now? Did you get over 500 yet? Or are you still... I'm trying to think. I haven't looked at your sub count lately, but we need to get you up to 1,000 at some point here. Need to have a Blake-a-thon so we can get Blake to 1,000. Oh, at the Morales office downtown, Hartford. Guess what the main door said on it? What did it say on it? Geriatric doctors. How's your treatment going too, Vanessa, by the way? Are things getting better that they know now everything taking place? Has it been some positive results coming in at this point? I know they were getting everything all kind of diagnosed down, but you were definitely on the right track. See, I knew you were undercover lovers, love some Zima. No, I didn't love Zima. I'm saying the people that drank Zima, like you, Erie, and some of the other people that put the Jolly Ranchers in, I'm thinking if I had an hour later and I was drinking a regular Saison, it would taste like this. But I was never a Zima fan. Never at all. I lost three S words, lol. 44. Eating a fat steak. Finna drink a Three Weavers Blood Junkie Imperial Red. Howdy Blake. Nice. Wait a minute. Is that the same one that somebody else is just drinking in here? Let me scroll up. What was the other one that was drinking? That would be weird if it actually was. No, it was the Chuck was having a Tobago Red Ale. I heard that name. I must have heard that name before then. I thought that couldn't be the same one. I love all of them. LOL. No word on Yale guinea pig yet. Okay, so you're still waiting to find out that stuff. And well, those people don't know what they are missing, Blake. I sure heard I love some Zima. I had early to be a medical center in West Haven Friday for appointments. Yeah, well, I mean, you got a lot of appointments, but I'm just happy that you found a doctor that said he knew what it was and he can look to work to get you feeling better and everything. So that's awesome. Gummy bears soaked in vodka are better. Polish potatoes vodka. Well, I did those gummy worms in vodka. Can't remember who told me to do that now. I got it on the community tab when I did it, and those are pretty good. Then Blake said thanks, Erie. Yeah, I might do the gummies another time and something, or I might do something else in the with gummies. I mean, can you do like gummies tequila maybe? That would be interesting. Dee Dee in the house. What is up? What is going on? He says cheers. Hey everyone. Just kind of kicking back now, chilling, finishing out this one here from Deschutes out of Oregon. It is a Saison with Brett and also, what was that? What did I say? Peach, whatever? Apricot and pear. It was oak barrel, so it was something a little different. What's going on? Dolly's in the house. New glasses ride? No, nope, they're just the same old reader glass. I've had these on before. I have like three different pair of like reading type glasses, so these are the ones I have on. But thanks for saying look nice. Appreciate that. And anything soaked in vodka is awesome, Blake says. And pretty much, right? Blake says cheers to Dee Dee, and he says cheers to Blake. And yes, I was thrilled when he actually explained what is going on. This is the first for a neurologist in my world. Yeah. Yeah, so, that is awesome. And like I said, keep us surprised on stuff. But it's just great to know that you're on the path that you need to be on to hopefully get everything all taken care of and get you all sorted away. 26-pound gummy bear has a punch bowl tummy. We could fill it with a full bottle of vodka to soak it in. That's a better bear than what Blake has if you can put vodka in it, right, Blake? Blake's got a big bear, but it's not, able to soak in the gummy or the vodka. Although Blake's probably tore that bear up by now. Enjoying my last day of freedom before starting a new job. Yeah. So I think you said you start Friday, right, on a new gig, I believe, Hound. So congratulations on that, and hopefully, I know you said it's definitely for the better, and hopefully get you off to a good start on that. Eat some candy for Colorado only once. Damn, homie. I thought you was the man, homie. Yeah. Was it a special kind of candy from Colorado? Was it like a fudge with something in it? That's right, Rod J. Smash that like. Well, thanks. Yeah. Thumbs up are always appreciated. Today was one of those days where it was kind of crazy. Every one of those days you're at work and everything you do, just when you thought you did something to get done, like to solve a problem, another problem appears. And then another one appears. I mean, it was just basically a finger in the damn hole today the whole time. Like, as soon as I got one hole passed, another hole was exposed. It was just kind of a crazy day, so I was ready to get out of there by the end of it. Start Friday, but tomorrow will be lost recovering. It's just, like Dave Chappelle said on the show, it's a celebration, bitches. It's a celebration. Yeah, well, you have your recovery day tomorrow and then a new job on Friday. It wasn't from Frizz. I crocheted a hat at work today. Wow, you had a lot of time, Erie. When I was stationed in Alaska, I had to place a medical hold on all gummy bear products just for Christmas. Well, the calls my office received those weeks. Why did you have to put a hold on gummies? Was it something that you thought might have been medical or something infected or something like that? Was there something going on where gummies just couldn't get through? Because that would suck to poison the candy supply. Uh, that's a very nice Erie. Awesome Beer Hound in Erie. I got my bass amp working again. Nice. Yeah, I was watching a thing earlier today. As they talk more and more about the coronavirus, they got all these different things popping up, and they're quarantining more people. There was one thing that came out. Don't know how true it actually was, because you get a lot of people that are saying stuff out there now, but they were actually thinking about 60% of the world's population could actually be infected with the coronavirus. Which I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like working on fears of people. But the percentages are still low in death to those infected, I believe. But just kind of interesting. But that whole thing with the doctor that tried to stop it, and having police issues over there in China, and then all of a sudden he's dead. There was something else that happened to someone else, I believe, too. It's got a lot of conspiracy theorists actually at work right now around that whole thing. I know when I get bored at work, I crochet. I crocheted a blanket with our company logo during Christmas. Um, Nice Blake dumped that base, and gummy bears out of Germany were contaminated with glass and debris. Not a good thing. Oh no! Wow, that would suck. Man, I never heard about that story. Still congested as hell since the flu. Oh, you're still congested? I thought you got over that. Dee Dee said I got an old Rasputin Imperial Stout for $1.10. I did a dog day afternoon at Whole Foods. I won it for this price. Damn, it was in the dollar bin. Damn, that's a steal to get that for $1.10. So your 10% was your taxes, I guess. Um, yeah, you should have cleaned them out with that one. They must have been making shelf space to give it away for $1. That's way low. That's certified Rod J deal right there. That is certified Rod J deal. Most of us get infected with a huge skew of virus all year long. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like a lot of people you're always getting infected. And coronavirus is like the cold anyway or something, but I guess an advanced level of it. Human population control. Some people think that it might be population control. I don't know. I'm not to that point yet, but it's got some interesting things around it. The particle masks are made in China. Think about that, LOL. Yeah. Well, they think that the whole thing was made in China for the disease when it was done. Vanessa LOL DD talking about the deal there. So they thought it might be out of a China type lab. It's got a lot of stuff around it. It's an interesting thing as you're reading details. And for me, I like to read a lot of not just politics, history. I like to dive into some of the other type stuff out there as well, and reading some of the different articles and pieces on information. It's kind of there's some question marks out there, and knowing the world and past conspiracies and things that have happened, you can't put it past the government doing something like that. I mean, we know there's been a lot of shadiness in the world years past, so I can see why people are questioning it. We'll look at equipment, vac flights, having the people manning the flights. They ain't particle masks. Yeah, so it's all interesting. I mean, I get to work from home, so I'm not around people. So hopefully that helps. And my wife, she goes to work, but she's limited on the people she's usually around. But trying to keep people at a minimum at this point. Someone like coughs in the office, you got to look over like, what the hell's wrong with you? Go home. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about that at this point. Again, that's probably because I never really get sick. I got a stomach bug, like I said, I guess about a month and a half, 2 months ago. But that was the first time I got in a long time. I don't usually get sick, so I think for me, it's almost like I don't worry about it because I don't think I'm ever going to get something, which is not true. I mean, that's an fallacy. Like when we're young, we think, we're impenetrable or whatever, but I just been lucky thus far. They could be contaminating the mask with viruses. Yeah, the flu this year has killed so many. It's crazy. That's true. And well, they also came out and said they gave the shot for the wrong strain when they were doing the flu vaccines too. So that's a part of it. I did see something funny though. It was like somebody put a meme online and it said, "For all the anti-vaxxers, go to China so you can prove your point." So they were challenging the anti-vaxxers to go over there and see if they can go against the coronavirus to show that they'd be okay. That was the virus one. It was in the solo bin. I promise I didn't put it there. It was the only one. Okay, sure it was. No, I know. Sometimes they slip up and put stuff there. I mean, it's wild for me how we can name a virus but can't defeat it. Yeah, I mean, they said there was a person that was on from the CDC or one of the news shows, or it was the WHO, was one of them, and they said they thought they might be able to have something within a year for the virus or whatever, but you never know when these companies are holding back because there's some countries that say they have cures for stuff that we don't see here. Um, these pharmaceutical companies, they're not trying to cure people. They're trying to basically service them so they still stay alive, but they're getting the money off of them doing it. They're not giving you a cure because they give you a cure, you go away. They're going to keep giving you medicine so you keep coming back. So that is another part of it is not interesting. How far can you really trust the pharmaceutical industry that they're trying to do the right thing as well? Every time if late I go to the VA hospital, I get as sick as a dog within a week. Oh yeah. Anyone been to China? I honestly never wanted to go. Blake said I wanted to go to China. I wanted to go to China because of the uh, the historical impact of it, the architecture, you got one of the seven wonders of the world with the Great Wall there. There's a lot of cool things in China, but it's not one of my top spots I would want to go, but I definitely wanted to go at some point, just like Japan. But I got like Germany or Ireland or Scotland or England, above those spots. Ni hu ma. Are you talking Chinese there, Vanessa? Only shot my kids don't get is the flu shot, and it's because I always forget. Oh, big pharma. Yeah, I mean that's what they are. I mean, you got these companies. If you had a cure to something, but you knew if you kept servicing people, they would keep coming back to you. Why would you ever give them the cure that's going to cut your pipeline for income? It just doesn't make sense for them to do that, and that's why some of these countries, whether you think it's good or not to have like a country type health plan rather than a private industry, some of these company health plans, these countries that have these health plans, supposedly have these different things that they've done for their people, where their people get better and they stay a lot healthier than under some of the countries where you have these independent companies because there's no financial incentive into it. It's actually doing it for the human nature aspect. Um, oh, Mandarin Chinese for how are you? Ah, ni hao ma, ni hao ma. I'm going to remember that one there. Not that I know a lot of Chinese people, but next time I go to a Chinese restaurant and I order food, I say ni hao ma. And they'll probably say something else, and I'm like, oh, whoa, I only know one saying. I only know one saying. Cut it right there. I never get flu shot and never get sick, knock on wood. I'm with you, Beer Hound. I really didn't get it either, but I started to get it just because my wife asked me to get it because, sometimes she'll catch it and she's like worried that even though if I don't get it, I could be like a carrier or something. So I only do it because of that. Here said, my dad has cancer. Do you know how much money his appointments are, his insurance? And people wonder why there's no 100% cure, right? And people getting sick, financial is the number one cause of people filing bankruptcy because people can't afford the treatments and stuff. And you don't, have that in some of the other countries that take place. Even if you look at, England or Canada or something like that, where you have nationalized health care, you're not having people having to get hit with that. Um, if it wasn't for diabetes, doctors would be out of business. Yeah, yeah. And okay, my meds are a fortune per month. Do you think the U.S. government that is for my health care insurance really wants to pay that? If they have acute, they will charge you a fortune. Oh, they yeah, Hep C pill. Yeah, they would definitely charge you to do that rather than And it's sad that that's where we're at in the country. It's like people get screwed by the pharmacies, and the government allows it to happen because they don't put the laws in place. Because guess what? Politicians are on the payroll of some of these pharmacies. So it doesn't matter what aisle you're on. There was Democrats and Republicans on their payroll. So that's why things don't get through the House and Senate because they bought them. What up, D'Angelo? What is going on, my friend? Cheers, brother. What are you drinking tonight, if you are drinking anything? Beer Hound this year, my first year in 9 years, getting a flu and never got the shot. Yeah, and this year's strain was, I think, worse than what it was in a few of the other previous years, I believe, too. So that's probably why you picked it up, Erie. Did I get a buzz yet? I did not get a buzz, D'Angelo. No, I'm just kicking back with just one tonight. It's a 22 ounce Saison, sour Saison, basically from Deschutes Brewing out of Oregon. So yeah, it's doing all right. So I'm just drinking socially, not drinking to get hammered. I do got to work tomorrow, so I just wanted to kick back and relax and chat with everyone. And as a conspiracy theory, why has the government not offered me years ago to save money? I don't know. I mean, would they have saved money though? I mean, because they got a lot of people paying into it as far as the pharmacies are getting money, but their money is getting kicked back to the politicians as well in the government. I don't know. They only off people, I think, when they find out too much information taking place about the government. They disappear. Um, People get like 2 shots in the head and they say it was a suicide. It's like a suicide. He had 2 shots in the head. How is it a suicide? I mean, did he get up after the first one? Like, oh, let's try again. I mean, it doesn't happen. Our school here had over 130 kids out at one time, and we live in a small community. Yeah, we actually here in Cincinnati, around the area, we've had numerous schools actually close because of kids being sick, and they've actually sprayed down everything, and I mean everything in the school, walls, lockers. They kind of came in just like a car wash gun, and were just spraying everything down because they had so much taking place. So it's been kind of crazy. Um, and then we to the Erie keeps us posted, though. Yeah, yeah. So, um, as we get into the conspiracy hour, it's like we turn into the History Channel. After the history goes off, they go to conspiracies. There's a there's some concerns. There's some questions out there. There's some of it is, I think, tin hat type stuff, but there are some things that do have some merit. So it is it's interesting. I thought it's funny. I was the other day talking about stuff, talking about conspiracies, like people, things happening. The other day we were talking about something. I picked up my phone and I cut my Siri off, so I don't even have my Siri on my Apple phone. And we were talking about something, I thought, and as soon as I pulled up the phone and it came on, it had like an ad on Facebook for what we were talking about. Trying to figure out how that happened because we weren't talking. I didn't have. I mean, we weren't talking where I had the Siri listening, but somehow Siri's not cutting off. I'm thinking, so they're still listening when you think they're not listening. But that's the world we're kind of in right now. They should have closed ours for a day to clean, but it's all good. They're out Friday and Monday. LMAO, poor Alan. Yeah, well, Alan was Mr. Mom, so that was a great movie back in the day too. Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom, playing poker for coupons. I still remember that movie. Michael Keaton was good. He's a good actor, so um, that was one of the funny ones he had done. Uh, it doesn't pick up though, Siri. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that things are still coming through on the phone that you talk out loud, and it's like, wait a minute, I wasn't checking anything on the phone, but yet here I am on Amazon about the item we were talking about. Interesting to say the least. But Yeah, and now they want more security stuff to take place. They're actually trying to pass some other things with starting to bring in airplanes to monitor areas for recon. They want to do stuff with drones. It's you know, if you were in school back in the day, like I was, when reading was fundamental, and we read like 1984 and Animal Farm and all these different books, and it's just kind of crazy seeing some of the stuff we're seeing in real life now. Art imitated life, life imitated art. I don't know. Facebook app gives permission to your camera and mic. Yeah, but I'm saying you can still, if you turn it off. I mean, I don't know. I don't give, like, when I usually post stuff, I post it with just friends on Facebook because I don't post public as much. But um, I just feel like there's ways around it. Like there's stuff they don't tell you that's in there. There's a guy right now actually, and I don't know if you saw this or not. He was on. He's being interviewed. He's actually collecting data on images online of all the people from Facebook and these different things. He works with law enforcement. So if you go to Facebook and you have a picture on there, and a lot of people get off of Facebook so they delete their pictures, he can still have that in his database for stuff. And it's kind of interesting because it's now getting security concerns, where it's just a guy that's doing this under his company, and he turns it only over to law enforcement and go through it. Obviously, people will say, well, if you don't commit a crime, you don't have to worry about anything. But at the same point, it's still an infringement on, I think, your privacy for your data being stored somewhere without you giving permission. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of scary out there on stuff. Yeah. Fahrenheit 415. I love that book. Fahrenheit, when I read it back in school, and saw the old movie, the original. I saw the new one they did, but the original. Thinking about that, it's a lot of stuff out there that you have to wonder. You scratch your head, and you're kind of like, dude, what are we doing? Like, we know this does not end well. I'll add people LMAO. I love Google. And people love Google and Alexa. Yeah, people do, and they give it that information. And people are being trained to actually love it too. They get the smart TVs that actually have Alexa. They have all these other things where they're giving this information up willingly. And I don't know, I'm leery of it myself. Facebook. Let me see. Oh, Todd's in the house. What is up, Todd? Cheers. Yo. What's up, Rod and all? What is going on? I thought you'd be preparing for your trip. You take off for Jamaica in the morning, right? I thought you'd be getting some rest there. Everything is saved. All text and photos. Don't be fooled. They probably do save a lot of that. They tell you it's deleted, but it's really not. Yeah, Todd's going to be actually in Jamaica with him and Shannon, so that should be some cool, crazy fun. I hope they have a blast, of course. I know they will have a blast. And lots of red stripe. Hooray for beer. And they'll be drinking some other stuff, I'm sure, too. Ari says hello to Todd. Erie says keeps her Google at work. And then Todd waves back to Erie. Yeah, so it's I don't know, it's just interesting some of the things that are taking place right now, and sometimes it's just interesting just to observe people falling kind of into it, because it's almost like sheep being led out to an area of the field, like people just do it, not even realizing they're doing it. If they are spying on me, perhaps they are learning something. Well, with you, Vanessa, they are learning something, I'm sure. With me, not so much. Not so much. Todd said, getting ready to go to bed or try too hard when you're night out. Yeah, it is hard when you get up, but you go to sleep and then you'll be heading out on the plane tomorrow and you'll be down in Jamaica by like what 10:30 or something, and on the beach probably by 11:15, drinking some red stripe or some mai tais or something else. You'll be having some good time. And hey, what's happening? Mont Muser whiskey reviews in the house. Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. And I need to get up. I need to get up on my whiskey game and just start doing some more whiskey stuff. Vanessa says hello to Todd as well. And Beer House says you should do a ZZ Top beer, bro. No, I'm gonna leave that to Eclectic Beer. He's got the ZZ Top rocking. Paul's in the house. Says cheers, brother. What's going on, Paul? How are you doing there? Paul's probably at work again. Unfortunately, in the third shift, keeping him busy. Todd said, hey, Vanessa, we all learn from you. That is for real. Here's a shoot. They hear us now. I'm ready to kick people's ass at work for not calling out for lunch. Yeah, damn sheep anyway. Be the lone, be the wolf, right? Be the wolf, you know. There's a people flock together, but the eagle flies alone. The eagle flies alone. Be the eagle. And then Todd says, "Yep, they're at 10:29 down there at the at Jamaica." And Vanessa says, "I want to write a poem titled 'What Is Sleep?'" Well, there you go. That'd be a good little hobby to do. To write a nice little poem about that, and you can kind of use some of your experiences, obviously, to pull from as you write that poem. Hopefully, you know, when they get things fixed here or solved, I should say, they'll be able to help you out with the insomnia as well, so you can actually get more rest than you're able to get right now. I know it's definitely been a battle, of course, and couldn't imagine being up as much as you're up and everything. But Malt Muser, what whiskey are you actually drinking tonight? If you are drinking a whiskey, and any selections you think are popular whiskeys that you really like to try or really dig, or you know people that might want to check out. I know some people here are big whiskey drinkers, and if you guys haven't checked out his channel, make sure you can always check him out too and find out some more about whiskey, because I know myself I need to get more involved on the whiskey type area, and it's kind of sad because I'm in a bourbon state and I don't really do whiskey as much. I need to do more. I need to pull my weight and help out the whiskey economy here in Kentucky. Start getting some whiskey, man. Let me see here. And Alan said, Todd, I tried joining you earlier, but it said server full. So Todd was on Modern Warfare earlier too then. Paul says he's always at work. Beerhound cracking open a North Coast Beachmaster Imperial IPA. I have not seen that one yet. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Erie says, y'all have fun and safe travels, Todd. And she said, yeah, thank you. Todd said, we're excited, especially Shannon. And they did say my insomnia may be due to my heart rate dropping so low. So maybe they can help you out there to get your heart rate up, and then that'll help the insomnia. Todd said, I saw you rolling. We're playing with my cousin. Wish you could have joined. Well, did you send me a message earlier? I was like, I didn't see anything pop up on the phone. If you did. Thank you, Steven, for subscribing to the channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. And always welcome comments, and hopefully you enjoy as well. Element Allen, with your death kill ratio, I'm sure he's glad it was full. Erie with the digs again. Again, Erie. Really, you're hitting my boy hard there. What is going on with that? Oh, she just takes the shot there. She sees the shot and she takes the shot. She's not afraid to shoot it. She'll go for it. So, let me see here. I think I lost my spot. And Erie, be quiet and play The Sims. The Sims are actually, Sims 4 is free right now on PlayStation. Drinking the same beer as always, Natty Daddy. It tastes like natural light or natural ice. Have you picked up the Natter Day yet, D'Angelo? I actually saw a 6-pack of that the other day and thought I haven't had it for a while. I actually like the Natter Day, which again, surprising that I don't like Shandy's, but I like Natter Day. I think Natter Day is pretty good. Rod, you know you can create regiments on here? I did not know that. I did not know you could do the regiments. Did you change your clan name yet, Alan, to CBC? I know you were trying last night, but it won't let you do it. But you got to change your clan name to CBC so when we hook up, people will know the crew. Vanessa says, try that dill pickle moonshine with the blue cheese stuffed bison burger. Now, where am I going to find a blue cheese stuffed bison burger here, Vanessa? No, actually, you know, I can actually, we get bison burgers, so I can actually make it and stuff the blue cheese myself. So that's a good idea. That'd be something interesting. Maybe I'll try that this weekend. I do have a 3-day weekend. What? 3-day weekend? It is President's Weekend, so we are off Monday. So maybe I'll do a buffalo burger stuff with blue cheese and get some of that. Because I do have the dill pickle moonshine at my Kroger here as well. Yeah, we should all do that. Saw Alan on, not you, Rod. Didn't see you on. Yeah, I wasn't on there yet. I'm going to go on here in a little bit and get some action in before I go to bed tonight. Kind of relaxes me. And guess what I didn't miss? The shot, unlike Alan. That's cold. You are cold, Erie. You are cold. I agree, Todd. I need to create a regiment. She used to kill like on COD. LOL. Yeah, she did nail the shot there. Erie, you shooting Sims now? I haven't tried that one yet, but I'll try it one day. Yeah, give it a shot. I think it's. I actually thought it was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be, but I thought it was surprisingly good for what it was too, for what you're paying for it and everything. It's a nice little deal. I won't let me do a clan for some reason. That is interesting. Because you're at the level where you can do a clan, so I don't know why I wanted to do that. You make the blue cheese bison burgers, yeah. So I don't know some of our stuff we do have regular burgers that are stuffed with blue cheese and bacon, or they're stuffed with jalapenos. So we have our meat at the meat packing area in the Kroger where they actually do have stuffed burgers already, but they didn't have stuffed bison burgers. I haven't tried, not sure how to create one, and I ate a few with the dill pickles on Super Bowl Sunday. Nice. And I do like pickles, so that would definitely work out as well. And I like bison. Bison is a nice lean meat as opposed to just doing beef. I've also had the Impossible Whopper again, which I do like the Impossible Whopper. To me, it tastes pretty damn close to the Whopper. Calorie wise, you're only saving, I think, like 10 calories. But if you're trying to eat something and not have clogged up red meat, that's an opportunity I guess you can do. Although, really, what is in the Impossible Whopper? It's probably something else we'd have to worry about later on down the line. You just never know. There's always something out there. But, yeah, that really does sound good now with the bison burger. You kind of got that stuck in my head. You're getting me fatter, Vanessa. I've already got the most stuffed cookies, and now you're talking about the blue cheese bison burgers. I'm not winning here. I just ate. You're making me hungry again. Oh, yeah, right? Exactly. It's like when I do the shows on Friday night, Beer Hound, I'm sitting there, I'm watching Dinner, Driving, and Dives, and it's like I get hungry watching Guy out there with all the different foods. So I haven't made any wings in a deep fryer lately. I might do that, or air fryer, I should say, not deep fryer. Although I do need a deep fryer for some other stuff I want to do. So I do like to cook when I'm not doing some other stuff with the beard or anything like that. So I'm actually Valentine's Day will be Friday, so I'm actually making dinner here for Valentine's Day for the wife. So I'm gonna actually do some fish and some roasted potatoes and some other stuff that should be pretty damn good. Pirate rum and a pineapple soda over the ice is nice. I hooked my younger brother on it. The pirate rum. I never had the pirate rum. I've had the pirate beers from the brewery, but not the rum. Todd's all right. Going to try to get a couple hours of sleep, Rod. If we were around tomorrow night, maybe we can join the chat. Good night, all, and cheers. Yeah, let me know. And safe flight in the morning, and enjoy those beverages and that nice weather down there in Jamaica. You're making me miss it, man. So have fun down there, brother. Yes, I'm heading to the kitchen to make an omelet. An omelet. I haven't had an omelet in a while either. Vanessa's making me hungry. I gotta stop. So, oh, it's about that time for me to actually get ready to jump out and jump on a little Call of Duty. Anyway, Valentine's Day said it's Valentine's Day. It's don't be sad about it, Beer Hound. Thank you. Will do. And then later, Todd, cheers. And there he says, Blake, you should. We're gonna do a cooking video before. I'm like, yeah, you definitely should, Blake. Do a cooking video. Um, do all kinds of videos. You know, whatever you want to do there with Blake TV. You have a wide open format on different things. I mean, so you can share a lot of good stuff for sure. I need to get back into the patio. My wood-fired oven awaits. I will be invaded by my neighbors as their bread breaks at 400 hours. 0400 hours. Erie is going to be awesome. I'd watch, Erie said. What is your gaming channel? So can watch. It is actually Rod J Gaming is the gaming channel. I don't know if I got the, let me see if I got the link here. Hold on one second. So I think I have to switch something here. Let me see. I had to do something else I was doing there first. And let me see, and I'll put the link here for the gaming channel. Come on. Come on, feel the noise. Switch over. Do, do, do. Bear with me. Why is this going so slow? Man, this is like, my browser is like slow as hell right now. Anytime. Alright, there we go. I think that's it right there, Vanessa. I believe that's the right one. Let me see here. And like your official one, Blake. Yeah, it was awesome with Blake catching a fish first day out of the gate. Definitely beginner's luck, LOL. That was awesome. He was so excited to get the fish too, which was pretty cool. Thank you, Erie. It's not going to be keto. Listen, when I get sick, nothing in my house is keto for a bit. LMAO. Time lapse videos of the wood fire oven cooking. That's a good idea. I like that one. Erie says, I got to get us back on track. LOL. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, everybody here is freaking awesome for sure. So, yeah, I had to pull it up there and couldn't get it to work right. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to start here in a little bit. Actually, I'm going to jump off now and go over there so I can game for maybe an hour or so and move my rankings up because they dropped our rankings with season 2, I think. So, if Alan is still playing, I will catch up with him in a second. But thanks for everybody that hung out tonight. Went a little bit longer than I expected, but hey, it was fun because you guys were all here, so I always appreciate that. And always love a good chatter. We kind of hit on some different things tonight again. Good beer from Deschutes. And tomorrow night, actually, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow night because Todd and Shannon are actually in Jamaica, so they may try to cameo in. I think Eric is going to be around, so it might be a beer flow show. It might be something a little different. Haven't fully decided yet. Might be a little hangout. Maybe we'll have some people get on that want to get on and join us tomorrow night. So we will see what will happen, but we will be doing something as well. So look forward to catching you guys then. If you want to see the gaming channel, you have the link there as well. Come on over and we'll chat there too. That being said, I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Make sure you check out everybody else that was here in the chat. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody, and see you over there.